Good evening and welcome. This is ITV News at 11. I am Chukufumnanya Digwe. Now, Vice President Kashim Shettima has advocated for homegrown solutions to Africa's economic problems. Senator Shettima emphasized the need for innovative approaches for growth, development and prosperity on the continent. As State House correspondent Ikaru Atta reports, he stated this during a high-level Accra Reset Initiative meeting held on the margins of the ongoing 2026 World Economic Forum annual meeting in Davos, Switzerland.
Speaking at the high-level Accra Reset meeting in Davos, Vice President Kashim Shettima welcomed the rooted in sovereignty and self-definition. He also said the initiative was called to action as well as called to reset the mindset of African nations from dependency to dignity. He stated that it was only by building domestic productive capacity that African nations could convert their an economic future.
I believe that Nigeria as a nation holds promise for the black race because the trajectory of global growth is facing Africa, and Nigeria will make or mar that destination.
For his part, the president of Ghana, John Mahama, explained the introduction of the Accra Reset Initiative at the last United Nations General Assembly in New York that it was not another declaration or a wish list. The president called for synergy and cooperation among African leaders. Former Nigerian President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo dwelt on what Africa required to take its rightful place in the Committee of Nations, given the new age of disruption, uncertainty, and unpredictability. Former Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Oshibanjo, said the essence of the forum was to galvanize support for governments in Africa to rethink their strategies for transforming economies and address challenges confronting the people. Ikaru Atta, ITV News.
Now, Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okpebholo and the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo SAN, have held extensive discussions on the future of aviation in Nigeria, with a strong focus on advancing Edo State's aviation sector. In a statement by the Chief Press Secretary to Governor Okpebholo, Dr. Patrick Ebujili, the high-level engagement centered on the proposed Edo Air Initiative, a strategic project of the state government aimed at strengthening the state's aviation ecosystem, improving air connectivity, stimulating economic activities, and opening new investment opportunities across the state. Governor Okpebholo, during the meeting, described the engagement as a key part of his administration's economic development drive. The Aviation Minister, Festus Keyamo SAN, expressed delight that Edo State government is taking deliberate steps to invest in the aviation sector, an initiative he said aligns with the federal government's vision of strengthening regional connectivity and stimulating economic growth through aviation. He assured Governor Okpebholo of the federal ministry's full support in actualizing the Edo Air project and noted that a functional state-backed airline would enhance passenger movement, boost trade, attract investors, and create jobs for Nigerians, particularly youths. The meeting reaffirmed the strong collaboration between Edo State government and the federal government in advancing infrastructure development, economic transformation, and national connectivity. In another report, Kano State Governor Alhaji Abba Kabir Yusuf has resigned from the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, citing persistent internal crisis and the need to protect the interest of the people of Kano State. The decision was contained in a statement signed by his spokesperson, Sunusi Bature Dawakin Tofa, in a letter to the chairman of Diso Chiranchi Ward, NNPP, Gwale local government area. The governor said his resignation took effect from Friday, 23 January 2026. Governor Yusuf appreciated the party for the platform and support since 2022, but said prolonged leadership disputes and legal battles had weakened unity and stability within the party. He stated that the decision, taken in good faith after reflection, was in the interest of Kano State. Moving on, the 16th Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi II, has enrolled for a law degree at Northwest University Kano, describing the decision as a fulfillment of a lifelong ambition. Kano State's correspondent Abdul Ibrahim has the details.
Despite holding advanced academic qualifications, including a PhD, Emir Muhammad Sanusi II says his desire to study law has always been personal and intellectual. The monarch, who is now pursuing his third bachelor degree, says law remains central to the building of a stable and just society. He dismissed speculation linking his decision to pass court cases, explaining that he chose Northwest University because it is owned by the Kano State government and offered him admission.
It's actually my third bachelor's degree I'm going for. At my happiest in the classroom, either studying or teaching, because it's a process of learning. And for me, it's a great opportunity to do a subject I've always wanted to do. It is a subject that we all need to live with because the law is all over around us.
The Emir also commended the discipline of the students at the university and encouraged Nigerians to embrace lifelong learning, while calling on the government and other private sector to invest more in education infrastructure. The development has continued to attract public attention, with many describing it as a strong message on the importance of education at all stages of life. Abdul Ibrahim, ITV Kano.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the posting of 4 ambassadors designates from the 68 nominees confirmed by the Senate in December. President Tinubu confirmed the appointment of Ambassador Ayodele Uke as Nigeria's ambassador-designate to France and Colonel Lateef Are as ambassador-designate to the United States of America. Also approved is the posting of Ambassador Amin Dalhatu as High Commissioner-designate to the United Kingdom. In addition, Usman Issa Dankingari Suleiman has been appointed ambassador-designate to Turkey ahead of the president's scheduled state visit to the country next week. In a memo to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, President Tinubu directed the ministry to formally notify the governments of the 4 countries of the appointments in line with the established diplomatic procedures. Now, one person on Friday died following multiple crashes on the Otedola Bridge, Lagos, in the early hours of Friday, leading to a long-stretched gridlock that has left commuters and motorists grounded. The accident, which happened in Ward Secretariat along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, left thousands of people stranded on the ever-busy highway. Traffic authorities in Lagos said the principal incident involved a violent collision between 2 heavy-duty trailers, one laden with sand and the other conveying granites, reportedly occasioned by a reckless contest for the right-of-way. The Lagos State Traffic Management Authority LASMA said forceful impact led to devastating consequences, resulting in the entrapment of the driver of the sand-laden trailer, who sustained fatal injuries and was later confirmed dead. The agency director, Public Affairs and Enlightenment Department, Adibayo Taufik, said driver of the second trailer was rescued alive and remarkably escaped unhurt. Also confirming the incident, the Rapid Response Squad of the Lagos State Police Command said secondary accidents occurred as a result of the overturned truck, adding that the first incident, a fully loaded truck overturned, spilling its consignment onto the road and covering about 90% of the carriageway. The force said the second accident occurred directly behind the first crash, compounding traffic disruption in the area, while security officials have been deployed to the scene of the accident to provide adequate security cover, manage crowd control, and support ongoing rescue and recovery operations. LASMA said cumulatively, the incident obstructed nearly 80% of the carriageway, thereby compelling the implementation of extensive traffic control and diversion measures. Some residents of the Makoko waterfront community in Lagos State have raised fresh concerns over an ongoing demolition exercise in the area. The residents said government authorities during the demolition extended the agreed boundaries. Mercelina Nkwo reports. You're still watching ITV News at 11. We'll take a short break now, after which the news continues. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and now continuing the news onto business news. The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria and chairman of the Monetary Policy Committee, Olayemi Cardoso, has said that Nigeria's sustained monetary tightening has played a central role in slowing inflation, with research estimates showing that the Central Bank of Nigeria's policy stance accounted for as much as 10 percentage points of the decline in headline inflation. This was stated in his personal statement released by the Apex Bank. Cardoso described the outcome as strong counterfactual evidence of the effectiveness of monetary policy despite significant domestic and global headwinds. He said the findings reinforce the need for bold and consistent actions to preserve price stability. Now let's talk entertainment. Afrobeat stars Wizkid and Asake have released their joint extended playlists, also known as EP, a week after unveiling its lead single, Jogodo, and weeks after announcing the project during an Apple Music session. The EP, titled Real EP Volume 1, was released on Thursday following their earlier release of its lead single, Jogodo, on January 16, 2026. The song served as a teaser for the project and got a massive reception across streaming platforms. Both artists announced the EP's arrival in a collaborative Instagram post sharing a short promotional video. The 4-track EP features Turbulence, Jogodo, Iskolodo, and Alaye. We'll now join Solomon Aino for Juicy Sports Bits.
Sport news. Organizers of Niger Delta Games reiterated that states are prohibited from presenting non-indigenous athletes at the second edition of the games scheduled for Edo State from February 20th to 27th. Organizers and the host state, Edo State, reaffirmed their commitment to organizing the biggest regional sporting fiesta that will surpass the maiden edition in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. The position of the organizers were emphasized at the press conference inside the media center of the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin City. Towards ensuring compliance, the organizers have set up a monitoring system that will be deployed for screening, while coaches have been advised to scout talent at the grassroots. In their word, true athletes are found in classrooms and communities. They also stated that the rules have been adjusted to permit only athletes who are 20 years old and below. Delving into the schedule of the games, the organizer announced that athletes are expected to arrive in Benin City on February 19, 2026, while the opening ceremony of the games will take place on February 20, 2026 at 5 p.m. They further announced that local government trial will commence commence next week, as organizers are determined to improve on the standards set during the maiden edition in Akwa Ibom State. A total of 17 sports will be featured at the game, fronted by the Niger Delta Development Commission. And in the world of tennis, Cameron Norrie lost out to Alexandra Zverev in the Australian Open third round to earn British interest in the single in Mabrun. Norrie produced an inspired second set but ultimately fell to a 7-5, 4-6, 6-3, 6-1 defeat by world number 3 Zverev. A 16th ace after 2 hours and 46 minutes polished off a third consecutive fourth set win for Zverev at Mabrun Park, where his pursuit of a maiden Grand Slam title will continue against Argentine Francisco Crindelu. And that's it from the Sport Desk. I am Solomon Aino.
Now that's the size of our package on ITV News at 11. I am Chuku from Nanya Digwe. Thank you for watching. Good night.
Some days, there comes the Uge Mobo Festival, which the Oba celebrates outside the palace gate. A pavilion is built of red cloth where rites are performed to drive away all evil spirits still unsatisfied by the year's sacrifices. The Mobo Festival is to commemorate an event in Benin history which dates back to 1504 AD.
Yari yari, Oba Tope!
The Oba of Benin added a colorful mood to the year's celebration as he walks round the city center amidst cheers. This is an Egbete community situated in Isako Central Local Government Area of Edo State. It is an agrarian community with united people that promotes unity and oneness for peaceful coexistence. The inhabitants of the community migrated from Benin, the cradle of black civilization, a kingdom where king is truly king. The ancestors of Anegbete saw that age was the main determinant of leadership in the rural setting, and the eldest man in the settlement was regarded as the leader who presided over meetings, and his authority is held in high esteem. To further strengthen this unique system of leadership, age group evolved in Anegbete. Anegbete, age group is categorized into two, that is, the common and the noble. Anegbete is rich in cultural heritage, as the community at noon saw the commitment of the festival with the first set roll out in beauty colors to showcase their might and strength, indicating their feet and ready for the responsibilities behold on them. The streets in the community with a feed up of young men and women adorned with the festival. Later, the royal family takes the stage as their children fight out royally and work in the community to showcase their might and fitness.
My leader.
This is Aqua Game, a popular game in Africa played by our ancestors to entertain themselves after each day of farming. It is also relevant in our coronation in Africa. It is a sport and indeed very interesting, as every seed had a role in the game.